Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I think all the cameras should work, hopefully, this whole episode.
Maybe.
We'll find out.
I love that we rolled a 19 and then the camera stopped working.
And just fucking straight died. Let's,
God, hard DC, my guy.
let's give it another roll. That's a 1.
We're fucked.
We are. How are you?
You know what we should do right now?
What?
We should just cut. Like, delete out this portion, but just cut. Then come back and be like, everything shut off.
It was chaos.
But it's too hot. That's too much work. Just pretend it happened.
Cheers.
I love you, buddy.
Love you, too. It's, Oh, that's really good. Trying, Castle and Key whiskey in this one. I just opened it. We did take a shot of it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's very good. It's interesting because obviously I haven't had this whiskey since we had the tasting, and this was the place that I was saying they do they focus on the barrel and making it the best it possibly can versus combining 100 barrels to make a consistent flavor. So this is obviously different. This is a little different than the one I tried there. So it's I'm glad I chose this one. It's very nice. You want to give it another roll?
I'm going to give her a try.
Send it your way. See, hopefully you roll better than I did. That was fucking shit. 8. That's what I pushed it to. That's hilarious. Yay, 15. That's not the worst. Yeah, I'll take it. Fuck it. But,
fellas, it's fucking hot.
Yeah, man. It's warm.
I worked all day. You worked all day. But then I came over here immediately after. It was 103 degrees in my car.
Ooh. That's
We're hot.
Cooking.
Sticky sweet.
From his head leopard to his flippers.
Wait. What arm was it?
What? Which? Oh.
Was it right or left?
That he lost?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say his... I want to say it's his left.
I was going to do a drum solo. Just be like...
Oh, yeah, it was his left arm. Yeah, it was. He lost his left hand because it's his snare arm. Yeah. When he plays live, for those that don't know, Def Leppard, if you haven't heard, the drummer lost his arm in the 80s.
Yeah, it was a very long time ago. 40-ish years.
It's been a while.
Holy shit. 40-ish years.
Right?
Fuck me.
Can you imagine? I mean, I guess he got used to it, but living 40 years without an arm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he plays, when he plays live, he has a pedal for his left foot that's his snare drum. So, like, when he's trying to do a snare roll, he's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's, I mean, that's fucking impressive as hard. Actually, no one else will know this. This is just me nerding out. The drummer for, I want to say it's Sepultura. His name is Eli. He broke his femur like 2 months ago or something like that. Now he's known for like being really powerful, like playing full, double kick, all that stuff. Well, he can't play with his right leg. So for tour, he basically had a practice. He added a floor tom, which is the big tom on the the floor. It's not because there's generally the 2 or 3 that are up over the bass drum. This is the one that's on the side.
What's a tom?
All right. So
no, we don't have to get super in detail.
No. Anyways, yeah, there's snare, the toms, floor tom, kick drum. Those are the drums that exist. The roto ones are the cool ones when they're like on the side and they're really high pitched. That only fancy fucks use those. But he, to compensate for obviously not being able to play double kick because he can't use his right leg still, when he's playing live, he's doing like his left foot, and then he's using his left hand on a floor tom, alternating to play his kicks. It's just a giant, I think it's a kick drum size thing, and he's just like on and off, which is fucking crazy. Because that's just so... I mean, I'm so bad at that. I've only had to do it once when I...
Have you played your drums recently?
No.
Do it.
I need to. I need to set up. I need to go down and set up put all the soundproofing panels on the wall. Because I have a walkout basement now, so I can't. Yeah. That's literally like the issue. Is I need to set that up and just take the time to do that, which is it's summer. It kind of.
Yeah, I get it.
But I do need to do that and get back to playing because I did used to kind of try to practice that. Again, I'm just going to nerdy. There's a song called Gravedigger it's called Naysayer by Architects, and there's a portion where he basically does that with a floor, on his right side this time, but he does that really fast at like 180, and it sounds really, really cool. It's the opening of the song if you give a shit about it. It happens immediately. That's him going floor tom snare drum and then alternating to still using the kick drum, but he goes snare China, and that's it. Just really quickly for like 2 measures in the beginning, and it's fucking cool. That is essentially what I'm talking about, what he does for his kick drum live. And then otherwise, he's just playing stupid fast as fuck on his one foot. He only does that when he's basically breaking like, I think 180. Because at that point, it's just like, it's hard to get your, if you think about it this way, each foot, if he's playing 180, you got to times that by 2. That's what he's playing BPM kind of thing with 1 foot. So, ridiculous.
That's 360.
Yeah.
I pictured like a over my head, like the more you know thing. Just
I added that 2 episodes ago.
No shit, I haven't watched.
I forgot what it was. We were talking. Oh, I think you were talking about. It wasn't when we were talking about delivering babies last episode. We were talking about something else. I think it was Star Wars. I threw that in. It was fun. But how's your week been? I mean, other than hot, I know it's been.
It's just been hot, man. I think my AC broke this morning too. Yeah.
If I
die young.
Well, look, man. Like if
fishes.
your cats. That's the only problem. Is the cats.
Dude, I'm a hillbilly.
Yeah.
You think I can't make an AC unit? I have all our camping gear.
True.
And fans.
True.
And a fuck ton of ice.
I'm gonna say if you need to borrow a fan, we have a couple.
Actually, I might need to borrow a fan.
I'll get you a fan, and then worst case, if you can't take it, you have a guest bedroom.
Oh, I'll be good, man.
But yeah, hopefully not. That fucking sucks. But
I just hope the maintenance does it quick. But I also hope they fucking tell me when they're gonna come.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated.
They never do. Everywhere I've lived, maintenance is just like, oh yeah, it's going to be like 3 months, and then randomly they're in my house,
no
or
knowledge,
apartment,
nothing.
or whatever.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. This doesn't apply to just Verizon, but like all of them. If you go to some place that says you can buy one phone, get one for free, they usually do it as a monthly credit to your bill over 24 months. However, that doesn't start right away. Sometimes it's 2 months, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's a year, and then you start getting the rebate back. They don't always do it unless you call. You have to call and get it fucking set up. Otherwise, you're going to be like me, an idiot who doesn't check their bill for like 2 years and then goes, wait, why do I owe money on this phone that was supposed to be free? And then you realize they never gave you the fucking rebates, but you've already been paying on it for a year, and you've been paying over on it for a year because you're like, I'm going to pay the same amount towards my other phone. Yeah. I got $200 instead of $1,200. We're fighting Verizon now.
Yep.
And I wanted to do like a WWE thing, to hold the microphone underneath. Just be like, Verizon, we're fucking coming for you, and we have one thing to say. Can you hear me now? He's with Sprint now, though.
I know. I fucking love it. Oh, but dude,
I wish I could animate, because I would totally take that clip and just I'd animate us fighting Verizon.
So it's like, it's really dumb because it's one of those things where like, I'm lucky enough that I am fortunate enough that if I wanted to, I would have paid the phone off right then and there.
Yeah.
But essentially, they have also made it so that there is no actual bonus other than, I assume, this bullshit that they have. There's no difference if you have the interest. It's still zero interest for the entire life of the payment. So it doesn't cost anything to pay it off. It doesn't save you money to pay it off all at once like it used to, where they would have a little interest.
It can fuck you as well. Going back to that rebate thing.
Yes.
If you, which I could have done this, but I wound up having to pay off the other phone. When me and the ex broke up, I was like, I'll pay it off. You sell it. Give me the money back.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I could have paid my phone off early, but if I had done that, it would have voided the rebate, because the rebate is based off of you pay 1 month, and then the next month you get a credit for the other phone.
Yeah.
If you pay it all off, you don't get that rebate because you are no longer paying every month to get that credit anymore.
Yeah. And well, that was the thing too, is I even double checked with him while I was in there.
I read the fucking contract. It's in there.
I literally was like, hey, so I was like, is there any kind of benefit to me paying it off? And he's like, no, because there's like, it's still 0%, so you're not getting extra charged for the whole time anyway. I kind of wish I just said fuck it and paid it off, because then there's no way he would have been able to jip me on any of that money. I'd be like, no, I'm paying, you told me $800 right here.
They might have still fucking hit you with some shit.
Somehow. But I would have had to been like, where's that coming from? Because I would have been able to directly confront him right then and there. I'd be like, you said it was this much. Where's the...
Yeah. Oh, it's taxes and this fee and that fee.
And I'm like, no, taxes I can do the math on right now. 6% on what you told me the charge is. That's what that is. What's the other shit? Because obviously there's like there's like $30 for an activation, whatever, which is whatever. That happens. But like, that's not that money.
It's $96. No. $88 for tax if it was $800.
Yeah. So
the more you know, motherfucker.
The more you know.
Move the decimal place over one spot for 10%. Move it 2 spots for 1%. That's how you determine a tip. If you can't figure out 20% when you're at the restaurant, just move the decimal spot over once, times it by 2. That's how much money you give.
Yep.
Bitch.
Or just pull out your phone and type what your bill is times 0.2.
Yeah, and round up.
Yep.
Never round down.
The only time I don't give pretty much 20% is if it truly was atrocious and I did everything I could to make it okay. It's very rare.
Yeah, I always give 20, usually give 30. If they're really shitty, 15. I still give like 15.
I give the generic 15. Because I still feel like if I can't, like, I will always give 15%, but I'm always inclined to give 20 to 25 if I can. Yeah. Always.
I have had really shitty service. I still tipped 15%.
Yeah.
But I specifically gave cash that was in my wallet all day.
Yeah.
Which means you got booty money.
Booty.
And not hot girl booty money. Sweaty booty money.
Sweaty money. But like, no, seriously, that's the fucking... You don't know what people are going through, but there's a certain difference where... If you're going through a shitty time, there's a difference in the effort you give at a table when you can tell someone's just having a really hard day and they're just doing their best, and there's that, and then I just don't give any sort of a fuck.
Yep.
I'm always like, you've eaten with me. We're the same way. I'm sorry to ask you this. We don't want we're doing I feel like I am, even though I didn't hear a beep.
I heard the desk.
I thought so. Okay.
Creak.
Yeah. I was like, oh God, don't tell me it's overheating already. We moved the light.
It is fucking hot as balls.
I know. We have discovered the last issue was the camera was hot. It was too close to the light. And with the unfortunate positioning of this room, my desk is in the corner that's right over the vent. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might really commit to moving it in the closet. Just for the sake of clearing that vent and getting it all out of the way. I can stuff it in the closet, close the door.
I told you about my entertainment closet, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I had it in high school. I put like surround sound and like all my computer shit in there, my TV.
Yeah.
I removed the door and put the door in the garage. And like my parents came into my room one day, which this is how little my family in general came into my room. I had that set up for a year. My parents are... I think it was my dad. My dad came in and was like, oh,
I can see that.
This is a sick setup. And then he's like, where's your door? And I'm like, you know the rafters we have above the garage? I took it off and put it up there. I'm like, I have the hinges and everything here so I can
put it back when we move. Yeah.
And he's like, we have rafters above our garage? I was like, yeah. I was like, where do you think we put the Christmas tree?
That's so funny. Yeah. I love it because I love your dad because I can completely see all of that. Him just being like, shit. And just looking down like, how did I not know this?
Yeah.
Like, or I did. How did I forget?
Yeah. Dude, they came over, I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
I hung out with
Happy
them
Father's Day, Al.
Yeah.
I didn't get to say it to you.
Ow.
I know. He's not my...
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't given me direct permission to call him dad. So I was like, I instinctively went, dad, and I was like, I cut it off before it even came out.
Yeah, it's just also weird hearing Al from people like other than my mom.
I know.
Because, again, Army brat, so everybody calls him Byers, just like how everyone calls me Edie.
Yeah.
And my mom calls him Al. I don't think I've ever heard anyone else in my family
call him Al.
Call him anything. Like,
they just say, hey.
There's like a fear and a respect. So, like...
You talk directly to him and you know he knows you're talking to him before you address him.
You know that he's talking to you before you even go say hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's no questioning about where his voice is pointed. He has a very distinct voice, and you know it's coming at you if you can hear it.
Yeah. I don't think...
You can hear it. You can tell when he's not talking at you because of the way his voice is distinctly... The way he talks and how distinct it is, you for sure know he is looking your direction and saying something at you.
Even if he's not looking your direction, you know he's talking to you.
Yeah, you'll hear someone talking, you kind of like, even if it's not, I'm just like, all right, it wasn't me. I wanted to double check. It wasn't me.
Yeah. But
I've only hung out with him twice.
I think you're actually my first
friend.
3 times. 3. Yeah, I think you're actually my first friend to call him Al.
Yeah?
Most of my other friends are like... Yeah,
I've never called him that to his face, by the way. Yeah. That's just...
Even like in casual conversation, most of my friends will be like, your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they know he's not Mr. Edie because we don't have the same last name.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
Even if I don't tell them, they're like, no, we know your dad's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all call him, your dad. Or if they're talking to a parent, they're like, yeah, Edie's dad. And they're like, what's Edie's dad's name? And they're like, just call him Edie's dad.
Yep. This is the first time I've ever said Al either. Mm-hmm. So like I just kind of that was literally just me being like, I can't call him dad. He didn't say I can call him dad yet. So I was just like, Al. It does feel a little weird. Now that I'm like really thinking about it, it feels a little weird.
That's the weird thing about me and one of our other buddies, Justin. You've seen it. Like, I don't ask parents' permission. Like, yeah, your mom is mom.
Yeah.
My
mom is very also...
it happens to your mom all the time.
My mom is very abrasive.
Yeah.
She will...
Even Melissa's mom, I felt like when they were FaceTiming, she felt a little awkward because I was like, hey, Mom. And she's like, hello, Edie. I was like,
yeah, basically.
You have inherited me as well in this fucking marriage.
You're welcome.
My daughter didn't just gain a husband. I gained a son and his friend.
and his friend. You're just like,
hi, Mom.
Oh, God. This is really good.
Dude, I really want another one.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
I'll make another. Yeah. No problem. Because I'm having a hard time not spacing this out for the whole podcast. Because this is...
I did as not... you can see, I didn't.
I did not expect it to be this good. I'm really taking my time. It's also because I'm really warm.
Yeah. How close are we to transition?
Pretty close. Pretty close.
Before transition, I have one topic I want to drop.
Yes.
Have you ever farted so hard
Probably.
that there is now 2 golf ball sized holes in your underwear. Not necessarily 2 to be exact, you know,
But
just
a hole.
hypothetically speaking, but a hole in general.
Okay. I've never farted a hole into my underwear, but twice I have farted enough that I cracked my back. Dude,
those are so nice.
it's the best.
Like, oh my god.
Especially because you're like, all of a sudden you're like, I think it's just a gas pain, and you fart so hard that it literally unlocks it opens enough space that your back cracks because it adjusts.
Dude, it's so nice.
Oh, that is.
Best.
If you I've never done
Drugs.
no. Yes. Okay. Yes. I've never done hard drugs because the worst I've ever done is marijuana, which is not drugs anymore.
Yeah, marijuana is a fucking plant.
I'm too afraid to fuck around and find out. But I imagine that feeling, that the instant second of the release of your back cracking with the fart release has got to be like that first shot of heroin. Like it.
I've never done heroin.
I haven't either.
Just to make that abundantly clear.
I definitely, I'm going to say it's definitely not cocaine because that's way more of an upper. I feel like the weird, like, instant body relaxation that you're, like, the endorphin rush through your body.
Well, not endorphin. I would say specifically dopamine and serotonin.
Sorry, dopamine, better
endorphins
wording.
are more
Adrenaline. That's the cocaine. So, yeah, not endorphins, but just that dopamine release.
I had to pull an Amber Heard there. See how noticeable it is? Do you? When you edit, don't even swap to me. Use the main cam during that bit, just to show that it's very noticeable that you could take a bump.
You know what's really bad is I'm probably going to edit it the wrong way. I'm going to get to this part and be like, fuck! Dude, I do that all the time. That's one of the things that takes so long is I'll edit it one way and then I'll listen to a joke and I'm like, fuck, I got to readjust because it's...
Dude.
We got to get a switcher. I really do.
I want one.
I actually have a friend that I think I'm going to hit him up and ask him. But we should transition and make new drinks before it all runs out. So
wait, hold on. Def Leppard drummer just did finger guns.
Sorry, I'm going to keep going. One more. One of the best jokes that I've ever made, and it's only something that musicians would kind of get, or people that know him, is the joke was like death metal drumming with Def Leppard, because it's just blast beats.
Yeah.
And you transition, and we're back.
We took a very long break.
We took a break. I made drinks and we talked about a bunch of future stuff because we got distracted.
Yeah. It was also, there was AC.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this room is very hot. Like I said, the desk is kind of, unfortunately, the best position for it, other than my closet, is over the air vent, which means I got to figure some shit out.
Yeah, that, and we can't have fans in here because the mics will pick them up. So if you saw us sweating in the first half, you will probably see us sweating in the second half as well.
Yeah. Sweaty. Anyways.
Do you remember at all what we were talking about in the first half?
I don't.
My brain is like just purely on D&D right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't. You know what? We're far enough. And yeah, let's cheers. Let's figure out these are different. They, Oh. Okay. I didn't have an extra orange I did. I didn't feel like grabbing it to make an extra little citrus peel to spray the top. So I smoked them instead with cinnamon, which is the first time I've smoked with cinnamon.
It's tasty.
It smokes way different than I'm not a cinnamon fan. Like, Big Red is my least favorite of all the gums. But the smoke of the cinnamon definitely hits way different when you smoke it over a cocktail. Like, that is,
It's potpourri, but tasty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what I imagine potpourri tastes like.
Just doesn't suck.
Yeah. Not that I've ever eaten potpourri.
Yeah.
have.
Fuck it. Dude. Yeah, honestly, yeah, fuck it. We're this far in and no one's listening. So we can talk about D&D anyway.
Yeah, dude. I'm fucking...
Yeah.
I'm saying D&D, it's kind of like saying, like, oh, yeah, Google it. You're using a search engine. I play a lot of different tabletop RPGs.
D&D, Pathfinder, All Flesh. Yeah. We played All Flesh. We were talking earlier. I thought... I think we were saying all flesh must be eaten is a...
I think it's a derivative of Pathfinder. I think it might be 2E.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Sure. I know it was... Realistically, it was just one of those things where, like... our buddy DJ, who was our DM for it, understood, like, this is what we want to do. This is going to be our best course of action, and worked the best for what we wanted, and it was great. So
yeah, he utterly destroyed one of 2 of the characters that I played with him.
Yeah,
the other one, the entire universe was destroyed, but I survived.
Hey, yeah, my favorite thing was at the end of that. Different campaign when I was the. We're alternate universe B-list villains.
Yeah. I went into that thinking we were supposed to be superheroes because you didn't explain it really well.
Yeah.
So I made a superhero, but I based it off of...
You're Swolfen.
I was Katie Swolfen. The way I based his personality was off of Shazam. So it is like a full... massive man, dolphin, but he was 4 years old.
Yeah, and I was the only one that could communicate with him somehow because we were alternate.
We're always alternate universe versions of each other.
I was attractive Deadpool, so that was fun. I just hit on everyone. Daredevil. My favorite thing is really basically at the end of the campaign, we all lost. I was the only one alive, but because I was Deadpool, I survived 4 saves.
We both were alive at the end.
I know you were the second to last. I was last only because I literally was Deadpool, and I had 4 saving throws, and he's like, "How the fuck am I going to kill you?"
We both survived.
No,
when the universe exploded.
No, this is the.
Oh, it's a different one. Sorry.
Yeah, when we were the supervillains.
Yeah.
I just found you. We found you in the ground, or not the ground, but it was like a lab. You were in a cell lab, something. I unlocked you, or whatever the fuck, something like that. But we, I was just an attractive Deadpool with lesser abilities, kind of, and just because of, unfortunately, even though I know kind of little about all of that stuff, I know how to build a decent character, and my guy was just unfortunately stupid hard to fucking kill, and it took 4 I survived 4 save throws before he finally fucking killed me, and he was like, "Finally, fuck," and then we ended the campaign.
God, we fucked that campaign up. Like, look, I remember him like saying, like, you guys were supposed to make it to the big bad like 2 sections ago.
Yeah.
He's already won. And we're like, what?
Yeah, we are me and Edie together are the perfect description of what chaos actually is.
Yeah. I play fun characters, but I try to play them more serious when I'm by myself.
Yeah. Ian, if you're still listening to this, I don't mean to like I'm trying to do my best not to like accidentally overhype this, but it's bad.
Like, also, when we played All Flesh Must Be Eaten, I had not played like a tabletop RPG since my freshman year of college. Yeah. So that was technically my first like campaign. So I had no fucking idea what I was doing.
I mean, really, I think I'd only played maybe 1, if not, that was it. And that was the dwarf one was the first one.
I thought the dwarf one was the second one.
Oh, you're right. That was the second one. Yeah.
We ended like
because we died.
We ended after I died, but then my armor took over my body,
and then we never finished.
And then we went on hiatus, and I was really excited. I think I spent. It was almost 2 years before I told you what I was supposed to do.
No, I knew about it.
Fuck. I was trying to keep it secret.
No, you kind of told me about it just because it was like, yeah. I was like, well, fucking.
It had to have been at least a year before I told you.
No, I knew about it. I knew about it.
Oh, I told you in the backstory, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to fuck with him on that. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm really excited for you to die. I was like...
Dude, that actually, my session yesterday...
Yeah.
The whole, I told you the suspect of opportunity thing.
Yeah.
The entire fight, I was like... Not obviously saying that I want the enemy to attack me. Yeah. And I wasn't obviously hinting to Ian that I wanted the enemy to attack me. Ian is the GM for people that made it this far.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Ian. But I was like, I was using a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
And the way I'm kind of playing him is I can get up close, but I generally stand behind another ally.
Like you should. You're ranged.
I can buff them, but I can also do that. I can also attack with my beak because I'm a bird person.
Well, I mean, that to me, that's last resort if they get on you, actually, kind of thing, or if you need it,
But I have it set up to where I have the ranged weapon in one hand, my healing tools in another, so I can, like, beak attack. I can also throw the ranged weapon, which is returning, so it comes back.
Yeah.
But I kept, like, every single turn, I kept running at the enemy, because the enemy had attack of opportunity. But it always got used up before my turn. So the very last turn, I was like, I hold my turn until after the enemy. Because now I know his reaction will not be used up, so he will attack of opportunity me.
Yeah.
So I finally got it, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. And then one of our other party members killed it. I was like, fuck.
Well, I mean...
But I'm really digging this character, and like... As I was building him, I was like trying to base it off of like, what things can I do that would help Brandon in a fight?
It's really bad. Cause like, Ian, I probably shouldn't tell him this. Because I'm going to join this. This is me. This is not helping me.
You probably won't join the campaign.
Not this one, but in the future I will.
The campaigns are long. You need to dedicate like at least 1 day a week.
That'd be the thing. Is like once I do commit to it, I'd be in. But I just have to commit to it.
I don't think this campaign will end for like 2 years.
That's fine. I'm gonna work with him. You know what? Fuck it. That's far out. When we build our characters, when I build my characters, I build them for what I think will create the most chaos in every situation possible. And unfortunately, I kind of act on that too. Which is why when we're together, here's the thing. We don't plan what we do.
Nothing.
At some point, one of us is just like, we do the thing, and the other one's just like, I guess we're doing the thing. And then it really works out sometimes. Yeah. Most of the time, it works out.
Which
the only reason it doesn't work out is because the DM's like, you motherfuckers fucked up my whole campaign, and I'm going to make you pay. Sorry, DJ.
DJ has actively said no.
Yes. He told us just no.
And I have spoken to other DMs, and they're like, a DM should never do that. No.
And then he told them what we did.
He totally was in the right.
Yeah.
I would have said no to us.
Yeah.
But if I was a DM, this is why I always say I don't fully play rules as written.
Yeah.
I play subjective, to where if you do something that is going to derail the entire campaign, the DM has the right to say no.
Yeah. And
remember that time I derailed a train in a campaign? And then DJ murdered me?
Well, yeah, he did. Well, yeah, you were like probably a good like 2 seconds away from actually derailing it, and then he was just like,
it did. The back end was gone.
Oh yeah, we cut the back end off.
I opened a black hole that like.
And that was him. Well, that was Andy.
No, Andy threw me. My sword had the black hole.
That's right. And then he cut. Yeah, he made you cut, and then he was like, it was the only time you actually. Okay, I will say, as much as like he was probably hoping to do it, your role didn't help him because it was the only one time you ever. Okay,
one time I ever.
Let's just I mean, who cares? Fuck it. We're this far in. It's pretty much just Ian.
We rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, it's a nat 1. It sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so. He had a sword that if he rolled, it was a nat 20 or a 1.
It had to be a nat 20.
Yeah. I thought it was a nat 20 or a 1.
It had to be a nat 20, but then we played a few sessions and it never happened, never happened. So he was like, all right, if you roll, I think it was an 18 or a 19 and up, then I'll let it happen. Here's the kicker. When he told me that, gave me the okay, that was the session I rolled a nat 20.
Yep. So basically what happened was he purposely had our buddy Andy use the Force. He was a small character.
He was basically a Jedi.
He was a Jedi.
Yeah.
He threw him into the enemy.
Oh, I was a bard too.
Yes.
So I was playing a song that did something for us.
Yes.
I don't remember
upped
what it
his
was.
strength level and stuff.
Yeah, I upped his strength level.
So he could throw you further.
The song was Poison.
Yes.
So when I came out with the sword, I was literally like, I'm going to play the song, and I had like a sword flute, and we set it up some way to where like the wind going through my sword played the music so I could still fight and stuff.
Something like that.
Kind of cheating, homebrewing.
Whatever.
But I pulled the sword out, and the song Poison started playing.
Yep.
And then he threw me, and I did like some cool like twists and shit.
Yeah, basically he threw you spinning into the enemy so they couldn't catch you and you could cut them. But the problem was that was the one time that your sword enacted the black hole that it's supposed to. So it cut a black hole in there and you were still flying to it because you got thrown. There was nowhere for you to grab.
I specifically had the sword set up to be 5 feet long.
Yep.
That way when the black hole opened, which had a 5-foot diameter at the tip of my sword, because I always stabbed.
Yeah.
So it would be far enough away from me, it wouldn't happen. But when I swung at it, I actually swung and hit with the middle of the sword while still flying at it. So the black hole opened for a split second, obliterated the enemy, and then I was off the train that had just been derailed. So I got ran over like a lot.
Cheers.
I will have one after. I really have a thing about people chewing on microphones.
Oh, I'm eating the fuck out of this. At this point, I'm just fucking... I'll pull away from the mic, but
Yeah.
These are the wafers we were talking about in that one episode, 2 episodes ago, and I forgot about it until I was editing. And then while I was editing, Melissa was at the store. So I sent her in all caps, wafers. And she grabbed them, and they are fucking bomb. Because they're not the generic ones. They're like the... I think she just happened to grab the ones that are there.
Ones.
These are the good ones.
Those are the fucking... What are they, Vortman? Yeah, Vortman.
Yeah. So they're really solid. But, yeah, that was funny as fuck. But, like, we've always kind of just made our characters to... I mean, I think we've told this story before, but in case Ian hasn't heard it, at this point we're just talking to Ian. Or Ivy and everyone that's heard it.
Hello,
Hi,
Chrissy.
Ivy, Brennan, and everyone. John.
I gave Chrissy a shout out.
Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy. We love you.
Actually, this is the episode that Mike's going to watch. What up, Mike?
Probably.
Yeah, actually, probably. Yeah.
But
I have something I can do to cover up your chewing noise. Do you want to see it?
What?
Go ahead. Get close to the mic. Take another bite. Get close to the mic. I'll cover it up. It won't sound like it at all. You ready?
No, we
But yeah, I really want to play a fucking... Even if it's just a one-shot, I want to play one with you, man.
It's one of those things where, like, I really hate that, like, working overtime all the time.
Yeah.
And trying to do this, like... I know I've already mentioned the switcher.
Yeah.
That's because right now it takes me an average of 6 hours to edit every episode just because I can't... One, I'm ADD.
Yeah.
But also forcing myself to sit down in one whole night. That's my entire night if I want to do that. So I try to split it up. You know, at this point, I want to get the switcher so we can
just hit a button.
I can practice. Yeah, we're going to practice and I'll get better at, you know, switching between who's talking and whatnot. But
which honestly, you do editing. Let me take care of the switcher.
Oh no, that's the only reason I want to do it. So because I kind of
actually, yeah, because you know the spots and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, because through one thing I've learned with editing is like, even the little times, like I here and there, I try my best not to interrupt while you're talking, because then like I recognize that like I need to cut here because you're talking, then I'll say something. So sometimes I'll cut there, but I don't necessarily need to. And I think the switcher's going to allow me to decide, like, yeah, well, you know, I'll only switch me when I know I'm going to say a thing.
Yeah, I was going to...
So on and so forth.
I'm kind of doing the bit right now where I was, like, slightly interrupting you while you were still talking.
Yeah.
If we had the switcher, that would be a really fun bit. If we're like both talking about something and you realize like as we're interrupting back and forth and you're just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 just cutting.
See,
like,
main cam, that's it.
Yeah, but for the
I know,
you know,
I know.
You could cut to main cam too for like 5 seconds to where you can see you going like this.
Basically, that's like the one thing where I'm gonna need to figure out is like what I want to decide to go to main cam for and what I want to go to individuals. But I gotta.
That said, going back to your editing thing and whatnot, I have been doing the thumbnail later and later and later and later. To be fair, I'm talking to the camera, but also to you. I felt horrible about that because I'll be free at like 8 o'clock on a Sunday, and I want to go to bed, but I'm like, I haven't done the thumbnail yet. I haven't done the post. I haven't done the description.
Yeah.
Parents moved up here.
It's
family
crazy.
Shit.
It's been crazy as fuck. It really has.
The only one that I kind of feel bad about is the dating stuff, because I'm like, oh, I went and did a thing on a Wednesday when I could have been editing. You know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But that said, this is the good news, mainly for you, but I guess whoever the fuck wants to hear it. Another reason that shit took so long is because I had that shitty computer from Ryan. Shout out, Ryan. It was a good computer when you gave it to me.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. It's...
but it's shitty now.
Yeah. No, this was his really good computer when he was in high school with me.
Yeah, and this was...
it was a fucking powerhouse of a laptop back then, but it's been 12 years, so it did what it does.
I got this computer from Ryan when I lived at the Buffalo House.
Yes. So this thing fucking lasted forever.
Old. Now I have a computer from my brother, but it is locked out. And the person who had it before doesn't remember the password. So I tried to go into the BIOS and like set up a different fucking user, blah blah. I'm not going to do details, but I tried to bypass that to where I could log in, delete the old user, make myself an admin.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's Windows 10. I don't know how to do that on Windows 10. XP, Vista 7, good. What I can do now is factory reset it, which I think might delete the operating system, which means I would need to buy Windows 10, pop that back in there, and basically do a full solid hard reset on it.
Yeah.
That said, I have another laptop that I had GIMP on, that I'm allowed to have GIMP on because I can use it for work.
Yeah.
But I found a way to actually put our font on there, because that was our issue before. Was like, yeah, I could edit the thumbnail, but I don't have our font.
Yeah.
So like, you'll see. I think it's like episode 48 or something. It's in Times New Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I finally figured out how to get our font installed just to GIMP, because you need admin privileges to actually install a font for the entire system.
Gotcha.
So now I can do those edits quicker, because on that old shitty computer, there were days where like I would turn the computer on and it would take 2 hours for me to actually be able to use it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like we're in a weird space where like your life is finally starting to come together.
Yeah.
And by that I mean I've known this dude for 6 years, and he's had a job for 4 of those where he was underappreciated for fucking ever, because he was the only quality guy for like 4 buildings, and they paid him like what, $14?
I was part of quality, but I wasn't quality.
Yeah,
I wasn't
they
a quality
gave him
technician.
that part.
Yeah, I was technically the head of the calibration department, and by head I mean I was it.
He was the calibration. So,
I loved my boss. If you ever watched this,
yeah,
Dan, you were great.
Different.
Dave, I'm gonna fucking come steal your pool. It's hot as balls. I loved my coworkers, but once the people that I actually liked started leaving, it got fucking awful.
Oh yeah, that's how it always goes, man. Once the people that you were there sticking it out with say, fuck it, I'm not sticking it out anymore, you're like, well, we're moving. But unfortunately, though, the Lansing project got moved, so the extra income that was supposed to be there.
Been nice. Yeah, that would have been an extra. Even counting gas prices right now, that would have been an extra $600 to $700 a week.
Yeah,
which is almost like a 2-week check. Well, no, it's almost a 1-week check.
It's a lot. It's enough to make a difference.
More money now.
I'm not gonna get into my numbers.
Yeah, you make more than me, but you've also been at the same place for
12 years.
19.
12 years on the 7th of July. Fuck. Oh,
hurts, don't it?
It does.
Yeah,
it really does.
See, that's why I quit and came back. Because
my job doesn't do that. I quit and come back, and I started at $14.
I just hit my 90 days, baby.
Actually, that's a lie.
I regret that. I wish I had actually stayed and not gone to that other job. Just so we're clear.
I don't think so. You would have not gotten the pay raise you got now. There's no way.
Yeah, you're right.
They had to fucking buy you back, and you deserve the money that they bought you back fucking for.
But there is other good news. I'm not going to do details, but there's a guy who, well, even my boss included, and a few other people. There's a guy as of last week. I'm going to say congratulations. I'm not going to give your name. You don't watch this. You have me on Facebook. You should watch it, you fucker. He was a quality tech. I don't know how long he was working there. He got moved to team lead, which is, we're all a fucking team lead. We're by ourselves because we're understaffed, but that's neither here nor there. We're all smart and capable. We should be paid a little bit more, but there's ways around that. Yeah. He's a quality engineer now, as of last week. As of recording, as of last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Which threw a wrench into a few things. Someone else has to go to the plant that he's working at because he's getting pulled for training and promotion and stuff. We're all very glad about that and excited for him. But that means some of us are going to get moved around, including myself next week. Yeah. I go to the one place I never want to go back to. I'll tell you when we're done. It's where you work. Not your plant, but it's where you work.
Oh, I'm so sorry.